Hello, this is Dief, and welcome to Dee's Vlog, Episode 5. Uh, First, an update. Last week, I was talking about the Viewer's Choice Award for the 2008 Geminis, and I did a campaign for Frank Unick, who plays Hank on Corner Gas. Unfortunately, he didn't make the Final 5. The Final 5 right now are up on www.geminiawards.ca/VCA08. You can vote for the Final 5 for both male and female. In my personal opinion, although Frank didn't get in, or Fred didn't get in, I'm throwing my support behind Trish Stratus for the females. So, anyway, today I want to talk about something that's dear to me that's coming up this weekend, and that being the 2008 Grey Cup. This year is being played at Olympic Stadium in Montreal. This year's edition, it's going to be the Calgary Stampeders versus the Montreal Alouettes. The Alouettes are hoping to be the first team since the BC Lions in 1994 to not only host the game, but to win on their home turf. So this is going to be an interesting matchup. Um, this year we're going to have something I've never seen before, a battle of two first-year coaches competing in the game. For the Stampeders, you have John Hufnagel, who has coached in the CFL before but has not officially been a head coach. And then you have Mark Trestman for the Alouettes, who has never coached a CFL game before in his life as a coordinator or a specialist or even a head coach until this season. So experience-wise, I'm giving Hufnagel the edge here. Then when you go down to the quarterbacks, you got Anthony Calvillo versus for the Alouettes versus Henry Burris for the Stamps. Now this is Calvillo's sixth straight Grey Cup, but he's only won it once. Henry Burris, he's been in the league for a while. Most fans in Saskatchewan know him from his stints with the Riders out there, but he's never been in a big game before. Experience-wise, I'm going to give Calvillo the edge because he's got the experience, although Henry Burris will be in tough, and he does have some experienced receivers in his core. And that's the thing about the Stampeders. They are loaded on receivers. They have Keon Rambo and Nick Lewis, two of the best receivers in the league today. And if Henry Burris can find them out in the open, look for them to get some interesting yardage out there. Plus, also, hopefully we'll see a return of those touchdown celebrations that have been sorely missed this past season under the Hufnagel realm. And like Stamps receivers have been known for their outlandish. Remember the bobsled one from a couple of years ago. But also, Stamps can balance their offensive attack by having their running back, Jeffrey Reynolds, burn up some prime real estate. Now, that'll be a tough call against the Alouette defense with the likes of Reggie Hunt, Khalil Carter, and Chip Kotz. Those are extreme ball hawks out there. So Henry Burris has to watch his passes, make sure they're on target, otherwise the Montreal D will pick them off and score some major yardage in that regard. On the flip side, the Alouettes have two good receivers in the likes of Kerry Watkins and Matt Cahoon. Now, those two have really earned some yardage over the past season and historically. So those Montreal's offense shouldn't be counted out. They lack a good running back in that regard. So offense, I'm going to give the edge to the Stamps, but the Alouettes slightly behind because of lack of a running game, but the receivers in Cahoon and Watkins can really do some damage. Defense-wise, I'm also giving the edge to Montreal because of the defensive players I stated previously, and Reggie Hunt, Khalil Carter, and Chip Kotz. The only defensive player that the Stamps really have is Mike Labinjo, who really shocked the Lions last week in the Western's final. And he was an absolute machine. But this is his first season in the CFL. And quite frankly, it's going to take a lot of coverage from the Calgary defensive backs in order to contain Watkins and Cahoon. So I'm giving the defensive edge to the Alouettes here. Now, the X factors. The X factors for the Stamps, like I said, Labinjo, if he has a great game, then look for the Stamps to dominate. However, you also have to take into consideration special teams. Special teams also, as you know, gives field position for the respective offenses. And last week, Larry Taylor for the Alouettes had two punt returns for touchdowns. Now unless the Calgary special teams defense really shocks up or shores up, don't be surprised if Taylor burns them this week. So I'm giving the X factor edge to the Alouettes here. Now, when you come to the punters, you got two of the best in the game. David Duvall for the Alouettes and Sandro DeAngelis for the Stampeders. I'm giving the edge to DeAngelis here because he's been known to really be money in the clutch. He can really nail some long field goal attempts. So I'm giving the edge to his Stamps here. In summary, I'm going to have to say it's going to be a close game, exciting game. This is the first time the Alouettes and the Stamps have met in the Grey Cup since 1970. That's 38 years, people. So don't be surprised if this is going to be one heck of a barn burner. So in summary, I'm going to have to give the edge to the Alouettes to probably be the first team to win the Cup on their home turf in 14 years. It's going to be a close game. It's going to be high scoring. At least I'm hoping it is. High scoring games usually are the most exciting. Need further proof? Just look at 2005 overtime game between Edmonton and Montreal. So that's pretty much my summary for the Grey Cup this year. I'm saying Montreal over Calgary. I won't give a final score because I usually get burned that way. But look for the Owls to beat the Stamps, although I'm more of a Stamps guy. But I'm looking for the Owls to take it this year. So that's pretty much it for episode 5. Episode 6 is coming in the near future. Thanks for watching and stay tuned. Thanks for watching.